Yes, these are challenging times, but they're also opportunistic times. Every time there's a challenge like this, and there's been challenges like this in various different ways, the people that adapt to them and benefit from them and grow from them thrive from them, okay? They don't just survive, they thrive, okay? Until right now, this very moment, contractors have always been on their own, not as tradespeople, but being alone and knowing how to take their business to the next level. They call us working class, they call us blue collar. They say that we don't have the smarts to become the business owner that we're meant to be. That is such bullshit. You have the ability. You're more than any of that. The question really is, where do you get the insights that you need specific to contracting to systemize your business so you can get your profits to pay for your freedom? I'm Andrew Houston. I'm going to show you how to make more profits, how to get more control, how to get more freedom in the simplest, quickest way possible without any of that bullshit. Welcome to the No Bullshit Podcast for Contractors. Listen up, level up, and if you learn something, like the video, subscribe to the channel, change your business, change your life. All right, everybody, welcome for another podcast here, the No Bullshit Podcast. And today, man, I'm going to be ripping it out. Why do I say ripping it out? Because I'm going to be going pretty fast. It's going to be a 5-minute victim or victor mindset challenge. Literally, it's going to be a challenge to see where you fit in this model, above or below, what I call above or below the line. I want you to be a victor during these challenging times and all the time, okay? So I'm going to go through this. I'm looking at the clock right now, and let it begin. 5 minutes of like the power 5 minutes. So here we go, guys. The reality of the situation is, let me just go into here. Forgot to put this on airplane mode. There we go. Perfect. All right, perfect. All right, so guys, the reality is that when we're looking at our business, when we're looking at life, and this is not just a business exercise. This is about life. It's about how you look at things in life. And I don't know why am I not able to share my screen? Oh, I know why, because I have to have it not on airplane mode. Okay, so that's fine. So let's the clock is ticking. I'm still going to stick to the 5 minutes. So here we go. Turn on the MacBook Pro. I use a technology called Paper, and that allows me to share my iPad. It might be a technology you guys might want to use for yourself. So here we go. It allows you to share your screen and things of that nature. And so I'm going to do just that for you today. I've been using this technology on some of the other podcasts, and it's been really good as far as being interactive and showing you guys some visual aid. Okay, so look, now I got like 4 minutes, okay? So here we go. There's above and below the line. Below the line, okay, is really, we make our own bed below the line. And that acronym stands for blame, excuses, and denial. And I'm not talking about the denial in, the denial as far as the river. Is that how you spell denial? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm not here to teach you spelling. So below the line, guys, you have to ask yourselves this question. The lowest mindset that starts in this, okay? So the baseline, like worst place you can be mindset is at the bottom of this model, okay? Which is denial, okay? Then there's excuses, then there's blame, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you what's above the line in just a second. Anything below this is a victim mindset. And if you don't recognize it, I would highly advise that you start working on your mindset, okay? One of the apps that I use almost every morning is called Headspace. There's a free version of it, and it helps you with your mindset, overcoming certain obstacles, meditation, things of that nature. Your mind is super powerful, and if you don't have it in the right place at the right time, you're not going to get the right results, okay? So below this line, this line right here, okay, are these behaviors, is these ways of thinking, okay? Denial is the worst place you can be because you're denying what's actually going on. If your business right now is not evolving, if you're right now not noticing some of the cracks in your business, either lack of profits, lack of sales, lack of motivation for your team, and you don't acknowledge it, you're in denial, because the reality is that there's not a business out there in today's world that's not being affected by this, right? And if you're like saying, oh, my business has not been affected by this, maybe it's growing or what have you, but if you're saying it's not being affected, that's bullshit, okay? Hence the No Bullshit podcast, right? You're in denial. And until you accept to see it, you're never going to be able to even make excuses on it, because you're not even acknowledging it, okay? So as I'm going through this, think about some situations you're dealing with, some things that you're facing, some challenges, things of that nature, and think about how you're looking at it and how this can change your perspective on, first of all, A, realizing your mindset around how you're looking at things, and B, how you can go about changing some of these and moving up this mindset model, okay? The next level, okay, of being a victim is excuses. So you've acknowledged it, now you're just making excuses, okay? Excuses as in, this pandemic is here, there's nothing that I can do about it. I mean, guys, in the last podcast, I just shared some fucking crazy ass gold on like the 5 secrets you need to acknowledge in today's environment to really optimize your business, maximize your business. Either that, or if your competition finds out about them before you and applies them, it's gonna be bad. Or you can go the other way and stop making excuses, okay? Yes, these are challenging times, but they're also opportunistic times. Every time there's a challenge like this, and there's been challenges like this in various different ways, the people that adapt to them and benefit from them and grow from them thrive from them, okay? They don't just survive, they thrive, okay? So, excuses, right? That's the next level up. The next one up is, hey, we're making excuses. Oh, it's the COVID, right? I can't get more sales. My sales are down because of the COVID. Okay. Then there's blame, which is like, man, the government is the blame. Man, the way that they're putting out the vaccines is the blame. My team is the blame, right? That's the old finger pointing at somebody, and there's like 3 fingers pointing back at you, and then there's the thumb pointing up to God himself, saying, hey man, you're the blame, right? Like, or whatever. Blame is weak, guys. We've got to take ownership. We've got to, and that's now what we're going to be talking about in just a second here, is above the line, okay? Again, I've only got like 2 minutes now. Above the line goes like this. It's OR. Use this as an acronym, making our own bed. It makes you think and remember these things. Using acronyms allows you to memorize things better. So I look at the acronym OR, which is, being response able, okay? Account able, okay? And taking ownership, owning your own ship, right? Response able is first of all, now that you're above the line is the victim, the victor, not the victim, the victor, right? Anything above here, any mindset, any behavior above this, if you're response able, you're responding to this, listening to the past podcast or past few podcasts or whatever podcasts, and actually taking action on them, being response able. How you respond to stuff, guys, is making you a victor so long as you respond to them in the right way. Next is being account able, right? Like being accountable to yourself, first of all, before anybody else. If you can't be accountable to yourself, you're never going to be able to be accountable to your team. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't be accountable to yourself, you're going to create an unaccountable culture. And your team members won't be accountable to you. Nobody will be accountable to you, okay? If you're feeling that people aren't being accountable around you, it usually starts with ourselves, all right? But you can be above this line. You can be response able, right? How you take this today and I'll tell you in just a minute here. I'm almost at the end of my clock. I might go over by a minute or two, but regardless. So response able, how do you respond to things? How are you going to take this podcast and use it? You're account able, saying that I'm the one that's in control of my destiny. I'm the one that's actually the first person to take action on these things, right? And ownership is owning your ship, right? Owning your ship, where you've got this OR, right? The OAR, and you're able to steer your ship in the right direction, right? The captains, the really good captains, the ones that people want to be on a ship with, are the ones that have been through the storms, are the ones that have been able to get through the other side. That gives confidence to people that, not that there's not going to be another storm, because the captain knows, the crew knows. I mean, we all know that if we were going to go on a ship, a cruise ship or whatever, we can't control Mother Nature. But that captain of that ship, if he's taking ownership, if he's able to be account-able, if he's able to be response-able, people are going to want to work for him. People are going to want to, be on his ship, because he's a victor, right? He's not a victim, right? And whenever you can choose to be above this line, the first step out of all of this is, step number one in using this tool. Okay, number one step is this, really quickly. Number one is to identify where you're at right now. Okay, where are you at in this mindset model? Okay, and you're going to be at different places for different things. I will first of all tell you, as I wrap this baby up, that you're meant to go below this line. You might be like, what are you talking about, Andrew? You just went through this whole thing. You talked about being a victor, and now you're saying it's okay to be a victim? Look, guys, we're humans, okay? Anybody tells you in this model that you're supposed to be above the line all the time is bullshit. I mean, the difference between those that are victors and those that are victims is how fast they are able to get from below the line to above the line. That's life, right? Humans are naturally going to blame, make excuses, and be in denial, especially in situations that they're not used to or they've never been in. But the speed at which that you can recognize that you're below the line is almost the speed at which you get to choose to be above the line, okay? So the very first thing is your identify your awareness, okay? The next thing is, number two, is to pick one thing. That's it. Not pick 10 things, pick one thing that you're below the line. Maybe that's how you're responding to your partner. Maybe it's how you're responding to your team. Maybe it's how you're responding to this whole situation. How you put your head on the pillow every night, or how you get up in the morning, right? It's a choice. How you think is literally a choice, unless we're all monkeys. And that's not the case, okay? We have a conscious mind. We can make decisions. We're humans. We can grow, but it's up to you, right? So, and number three, okay? The third thing, okay, is really to make this a habit, okay? It's to take this model and make it a daily habit, okay? I write in a journal. I'm going to be explaining a little bit more about that on a future podcast. How we reflect on ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, is a direct indicator in usually how we talk to other people, right? If we are a victim, we're thinking as a victim to ourselves, but we're also sharing with the world, externally, if we're thinking as a victim internally, usually we're externalizing a victim mindset and communicating using words of a victim mindset. And then it's like a virus, right? We start, getting other people to think the same way. Do your best to be above the line as much as possible. Do your best to recognize where you're at. Do your best to get above the line as fast as possible. And do your best to make this a conscious effort and habit, such that the mindset, the model that you're keeping your mindset in is a victor mindset, not a victim mindset. Okay, that's it, guys. Catch you guys on the flip. This baby was short and sweet. I think I went 4 minutes over. Next time I'll try and say to the time, but then again, right? So long as you guys are getting value, we'll take it from there. Again, this is another No Bullshit podcast from Profit for Contractors. You guys want to get more insights like this. You want to get some of these tools and templates that back some of these things that we cover off. You want to get, stop being alone and be part of an amazing community called the Contractor Tips Group. I think we're almost at 8,500 or almost 9,000 contractors in there. And these are contractors that have qualified to get in. It's a free group. But again, we ask a bunch of questions because we don't want the wrong mindset people. We don't want victims in that group. We want people that want to be victors and be victors as much as possible. And then there's the champion CEOs, right? That's our family of champion CEOs. If you're interested in getting some help on that front as well, reach out to us. You can DM me, and the team will be ready to see if you're a fit. And it truly means that, right? We just don't let anybody in. To becoming a champion CEO, you have to be ready for it. You have to be in the right mindset for it. And when you can get those two things, being ready and being in the right mindset for it, and that could be you're succeeding right now and you just want to do better, or that you're struggling, or you're sort of in between struggle and success, then we're here to help you, right? And we have the tools, and we have the people, and we have the team, and we're using this as a great opportunity for us to grow profit for contractors. This is the mindset, this is the culture that we have. We play by these rules, and that's fine as well if it's not a fit, right? It's okay if you don't want to join the Contractor Tips group. It's okay, but what's not okay is you not helping yourself and you not growing. But again, I will leave that in your hands, because I know that you're going to take ownership. I know you're going to be accountable, and I know you're going to be responsible, okay? Because I believe in you, and I know that you're a victor. And you can play above this line and really benefit along with everybody around you from this model and from taking things to the next level. See you on the flip side. Ciao. Hey, Rockstar, I hope that you enjoyed that one. I mean, if you did like this podcast, leave a review, leave a comment. This will help us a lot to keep you bringing the gold, allowing you to delegate, dominate, and deliver so you can take your contracting business to the next level. Now, make sure you subscribe, get the latest teachings and insights, and we will see you back here for another No Bullshit podcast. No, seriously.